Alrighty, Chris Chappett here out at my favorite local park near Huntington Beach High School. I came here with the hope of going to my favorite section, which is the baseball diamond that's got the dirt and the grass, but there's some kind of a baseball or soccer camp there. I don't know about you, but I don't know why they let kids out at a public park. This is not for them. This is for the adults. Kind of ridiculous. I think there ought to be a law. But in any event, that's okay. I have kind of a dry section of hard grass that I sometimes use. And the reason I'm out here is because I'm going to do my first and probably worst unboxing video. And to be honest, like, I'm one of those guys who doesn't really get unboxing videos, like what's the deal. And then, I mean, sometimes if they're done right, it's good to know what's in the box and everything. But it suddenly dawned on me that the only time to really do an unboxing video and first impressions is when you actually are getting something and you've never tried it, have never used it, and you want an honest to God kind of first impression. So I hope I brought everything that's needed. What we're doing is looking at the Gotway Mten3. This is, I don't know if it's third or fourth iteration. There's been a 67 volt version in the past, which I think had a 420 watt hour battery pack on it. Then I think they bumped it up to an 84 volt system that had a 512 watt hour pack. Went significantly larger, and those were typically white with some gray pads and stuff on them. And now they have a Black Stealth edition. It's a 460 watt hour battery pack, which is kind of right in between the two, in an 84 volt system. They're black on black, and they look pretty cool. And I got one for myself and one for my daughter with the idea that I would teach her remotely. She's in Iowa right now, but remotely nonetheless, how to ride her first electric unicycle by doing a series of how-to videos. But anyway, I just went over to Compton, where the warehouse for E-Wheels is. Big shout out to Jason at E-Wheels and E-Wheels in general. All of my wheels, I've kind of a maniac. I've gotten 5 wheels in about as many months from them. That includes a 14D, a 16X, and a Sherman, and now 2 of these Mten3s. But these are tiny. They are the 10-inch tire. They're the wheel that you can put in a backpack, and I have a backpack because it just isn't a corny Mten3 video if you don't see some guy, stealthily bringing an Mten3 in a backpack only to reveal, like, oh my God, this wheel's so small it'll fit in a pack. So we'll see if I can stuff it in there, but that's not going to be too terribly exciting. But I got some needle nose pliers, scissors, and a box cutter, and I think that should be enough to get into the wheel. Then we have to hope that there's tire pressure, because I think I left it in the car, but I'd really like not to have to go do that to pump up the tire. And I'm still not sure if this is a tubed or a tubeless. Once upon a time they were tubeless, then they went to tubed, or then they went back to anyway, we were supposed to get, I think in this round, tube tires, and then we got an email that said, oh, by the way, we've upgraded your wheel, they're tubeless again. So I didn't even know how to detect that. There's going to be a valve stem either way. So there's that. But in any event, there's an opportunity to open this box. Oh, and the battery's got to have a good enough charge on it to at least, cruise around here. But I've never stepped on an Mten3. I've always seen people in parking lots riding them around. Even seasoned pros have to admit, it's a special, cool wheel. You're not going to go off-roading on it. You're not going to go on some long-range journey. But there's still a lot of things that you can do with them. It's the ultimate put it behind your seat, little commuter, college campus, you know, kind of slip under the radar. There's a lot of torque because the wheel's so small, and it should be a good wheel to practice on. I've heard some people say it's not the best first wheel or to learn on, but I can't really imagine that to be true. I can only use my experience on a 14D small wheel. Much easier to learn like tricks, riding backwards, idling, and stuff like that on. My 16X, I think, is a great all-around wheel. It's a fantastic wheel. But it's harder to idle, and it's harder to initially learn to ride backwards and stuff. But once you do, then you kind of like the stability and the weight more than like the 14D, which is just feels like a toy by comparison. And then the Sherman's really hard to try to idle in place and to turn sharply on. I mean, it's maneuverable at speed. It's an incredible wheel considering that it's like 88 pounds. I think my 16X is timing out. But my God, it's a lot of wheel to try to throw back and forth. That has a 20-inch tire, twice the size of this Mten3 by comparison. So anyways, not unusual. I talk a lot, but let's just rip into the box and see what we got. Cord. Does anybody know, is that Begode or Begode or oh my Gotti? Why did they change it from Gotway? Yeah, I don't know, it's confusing, but I think Gotway's in some kind of a, you know, name change thing for reasons unknown. So since I don't have one of these and I've never seen one before, I think we're tubeless. This must be some sort of an extension or way to pump up tubeless tires. That is a guess. I'm an amateur. I don't think I'm going to need scissors or the needle nose are good when you have staples to pull out, but that doesn't seem to be a part of this package. Now, I just like to let stuff slide out and then throw all this crap back in the box. Oh, by the way, this box smells like burning, I don't know what. Apparently, there was a fire in the container on the way over because a company who will not be named, who makes these things, I guess, one brand forgot to turn off some of the wheels, so the wheels were actually on the ship in a container on the way to SoCal, and a small percentage burst into flames, destroying, I think, at least a few, and damaging some of the neighbors and making many of the boxes at least burnt. But let's focus, Chris, focus. You're doing an unboxing video. I'm not supposed to talk about the box itself, but I mean, oh my God, I got it in the car, and I thought when I was on the freeway with all these trucks around that, oh my God, those trucks stink. And then I realized the stench is coming from within. And anyways, so these things cover the pedals. Aha, use for scissors. This is why you never unbox without scissors. I could have spent hours trying to hack through that with just a box cutter. Okay, that tape comes off. And I'm sure those instructions will tell me how to get it into hard mode, which was a recommendation from Marty Backey. Thanks, Marty, by the way, for kind of recommending this and encouraging me into the sport in general. done a lot of great stuff. I know you love your Mten3. Look at my Mten3. It's black. Black is beautiful. This thing is gorgeous, but we're not here to look at it. 460 watt hours. That's a sticker that is extremely informative and gone. Not sure what that does, but let's see what this does here. Well, looks like that turns this thing on. It seems like it's balancing. My guess is, God, this thing is lightweight. My guess is the right thing to do would be to get this thing going in my app. All I have is darkness bot. So let's see if, oh, and I got to kind of release my 16X. Please release me. Oh, it's disconnected. What is this? Gotway. This is saying 91% battery and 66-ish volts. Does that sound right? That makes it sound like it's a 67 volt wheel, or that something's wrong. I don't know. I don't know if there's any settings. I hate reading instructions. Are there any settings that are like device settings? It's gonna tell me hard mode. Okay, you know what? The hell with that. I'm gonna put a couple feet on this and just try to roll. Woohoo! Oh my God. So obviously, in terms of maneuverability, this is just like insane. And here's some of that torque, and right on cue. It almost feels a little spongy. Maybe I'm in a soft mode or medium mode, and I want to change that. But already I can see why Marty was saying, I can do this all day long. I mean, I can't really even do this behind the back thing on my 14D, and within seconds of getting on this, oh my God, this thing is crazy. Let's try an intentional pedal scrape. Oh, there was a spin. Did you see it? Did you see it? Let me not do that there. Let me maybe twist the camera so I can kind of, oh, I should be down in the sun. Okay, so obviously backwards should come pretty easily. And back to your toes. And ah! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try that spin thing again. That was kind of crazy. I don't even know if that's the direction I'm going. So I used to like try on my other wheels, come up, and get ready, and then like push off the fence, and I would lock and then just basically fall after about 5 feet and 10 feet. And my recommendation is that you actually twist when you do it, so you can get an idea of how they'll turn, and it scrubs speed, and it really works. So you can actually go back and actually start to almost rhythmically carve. Woo! But this thing, it doesn't just carve, it wants to turn on a dime. So that's what I was doing. So if you intentionally come in and just try to dig one foot in by leaning it over, which you can do. If you don't scrape the pedal or do just lightly, you can kind of induce that spin. But oh, this is crazy fun. Oh my goodness. Here's a trick. I think it was wrong way. It's like, oh, I hit the fence. Now I'm going backwards. It's that faux fence rotation thing. Oh! So, seriously, I haven't fallen or even come off this yet. And I'm not that good. I've only been riding for about 4 months. And this has already, honestly, surpassed my expectations in terms of kind of the ease, the fun. And I really, really hope my daughter gets into this. Girls on EUCs are just amazing to begin with. They're totally under-repped in the community, and they look like $1 million. It's a ton of fun. I think she's gonna like this, and just seeing how easy this is for me to practically will. I mean, it already feels kind of like a part of my body because it's so light. It's like a shoe or something, you know? Yeah, baby, carving. Stop! Oh, fall! Go the other way. Turn, fall, forward. Good. Oh, I mean, it's just always going to be underfoot. It's kind of an amazing little beast. Okay, I don't want to go fast, but let's pick up a little speed. It does what it needs to do. Okay, I'm gonna step off. That's funny. It was literally so close to the ground. I went to step off thinking the ground was further away. And I'm like, oh my God, it's right there. So I'll have to watch for pedal clearance. You know, I'm not using this to go long distances. I'll probably set the beep so that it warns me, because now I'm riding a little faster on Shermans and stuff, and I can't believe how quickly I get up to the warning levels of my lesser wheels. That's not what this is for. Oh yeah, so let me do the lift test, because I don't know what that's all about. That's kind of weird. So it almost didn't know that I was lifting it until I put it at a certain angle, and it's so light. I guess I was just holding it at an angle. Let's try that again, see if that makes sense. So it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so it never re-engaged. Let me hit this button. What does that do? What does this do? Push and hold. I'm not sure. Gonna have to read the instructions, damn it. Let's try having it fall over and get back up. Okay. Well, that's called just try stuff. And it's self-balancing again. Okay, so now that it's self-balancing, a vertical lift. That's so weird. A vertical lift just had it kind of like rolling, but then when I tilted it forward, it went, oh, I'm up in the ground, and it spun up, and then it killed itself. Okay, so now that it's dead, I think this is called a ruck pack, but since I've never been a soldier or a Marine, I'm not sure this is the biggest pack. I got the zippers down as far as they could go. And this isn't like maybe that would be a little better. Let's see if you can fit. Okay, baby, fit on that side. Now let's try to get fat ass in these jeans. Are you gonna do it? Oh, it's so close. Where there's a will. Oh, I don't want to carry this around. Oh God. It seems so light and like a joy to carry around with that handle, but this is not fun. I mean, I'll do it. I'm not a wuss, but let me get a taste for this. Okay, this is hysterical. The wheel, like, as a guy who just blew up in Sherman, you'd think, lay that sucker down. You'd think I'd learned to turn the wheel off before putting it in the backpack. But apparently, I'm not that smart. So literally, I just had an Mten3 spinning its wheels. Let me turn this sucker off. In my backpack. I'm glad I didn't like burn anything out. Anyway, yeah, you can fit it in a backpack, and you can ride with it in a backpack, but it's not that light. That's not that fun. It's not fun to put in there. Just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should do it. Let me ride this one more time. I didn't burn it up, that's good. And forward, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 2. Oh my God, it's got this really spongy feel when it kind of bottoms out into your next maneuver. I'll play with the settings and get back to you on that. But for right now, I'd say this is an epic win in terms of a purchase. I think it looks great. It comes right out of the box, ready to roll, even though the box is stinky. But my God, this is gonna be a lot of fun for a long period of time. I mean, it's so weird, it just seemed like I could practically, like it's still on and the pedal's down. Like that's kind of weird. Usually you tilt a wheel too far and it just cuts out. It's crazy fun. Mten3 unboxing, first impression. The first impression is good. This is an amazing wheel. I think it'd be a good wheel to learn on. We'll test my daughter towards that end. My pulmonary fibrosis is killing me. But it's better than COVID for right now, so I'm the masked Avenger out here. Yeah, man. Couldn't be happier. Jason at E-Wheels and all the E-Wheels staff. And there's a lot of them. William, I think, has been in on this. Anyways, you guys are great. You rock. They're a reputable place. I recommend getting your wheels there. They back their products. They're good at communicating. E-Wheels is definitely a place to go for me. And the Mten3 Black Stealth Edition. Let's turn it off this time. Oh, I'm learning. Oh, it's dirty. Oh no. Gotta go home and clean her up. It's a she. This is a great little wheel. This is a must-have. It's gotta be in your stable. It feels light in your hand, but in a backpack. Yeah, let's not do that. And I don't want to put it back in the box, so there will not be a boxing video. It will just be the end of this one. Alrighty, let's shut it out.